Welcome to House Common Blood, where strangers are family. Every episode may contain graphic content such as copious amounts of blood, unnecessary cursing, death of all ages, infantile to immortal, fantasy drug use, nudity, and perhaps mentions of sex, and sound effects of various quality. We cannot stress enough that this is mature content, adult themes. You have been warned. Time for an adventure.
Hey, you doing okay over there?
Yes,
Are you coming down?
more like coming up. How are you doing, Eddie?
I'm pretty chill. This place is getting kind of boring, though.
How did we get here?
So, here, or here?
Like, we're in the middle of a street. How did we get here?
The street's always been here.
And this is what you fight for? This? And he gestures his hand towards this broken district. But a fool's dream.
It is you that is a fool, and yet you don't ask a different way of fixing it.
You're killing it. The calamity. You're killing it. Why? Why would you kill a watcher?
You have to crack a few eggs to get results.
Points a finger to the sky as he says, Exaltrians always get the last laugh. And you see a tiny flare come out of his finger and go towards the sky. And all around you guys in the purple district is fire. You hear a dissociative voice repeating.
Beware the cleansing fire.
What does this tree look like?
The tree looks a little burnt, yet it hasn't been touched by fire. Be fruitful. Be fruitful.
What is your name, Mr. Fruitful?
My name. Mavet. Soha. Fidaj. But what is town?
You see these walls, and it points to like the close walls, and the bigger ones out there. Everything in this area is kind of fucked up, and we want to make it better.
Unfuck it up.
Precisely.
Look, I do not get what you're doing. You seem to want to help people, but then why are you hanging out with the other group?
I leave them. Who's gonna pull back the reins? Who's gonna stop them from being as nuts as they are?
Pull back the reins? You guys have done so much. What have you been stopping? So
No,
what is
not
going down in that yellow tent then?
It was quite the act. Yeah, they have clowns, sword swallowers, trapezes. Yeah, and I think his eyes look down a bit. Funny thing is, though, there's an audience, but no one's cheering, no one's happy. Why did he let me down? Where is she? Where's my baby? Where's my child?
Just gotta remember, what girl?
Probably puts a finger over its lips and gives you a little bit of a hush.
I trust you, Eddie.
Eddie covers your eyes like the orphan Eddie covered your eyes. See pitch black, and you hear choking. You see nothing but ash. Who could tell me what happened last session? Luya, no cheating.
Excuse me, I'm the one who writes the notes. I feel like somebody else should do this.
Let's have Cupcake do it. Cupcake, what the fuck happened last session?
I said like two things, so I really don't know.
God damn it, John! Tell me what happened last session.
Aftermath of me eating everyone. Then, some stuff happened. Thimreth is still being kind of a dick, but then he gets scared and runs away. We come across a tree. It starts speaking to Atticus, so he sends a plague of termites after it. Then they become friends over berries. There's an orphanage with Haggery, and we finally get to sleep. Did some research on the shackles, and Eddie continues his quest to become a serial killer.
Sounds like it. Give yourself a 1d6. Remember, if you already have 1d6, that shit doesn't stack. It's used for any kind of roll, like to add and subtract, so long as it doesn't use the table. I guess we should do things in the proper order, because my mind's all sorts of fucked up. Let's start off with a small intro. Welcome to House Common Blood. My name's Gray. I'm joined with our players. John, introduce yourself.
Hey, I'm JD. I play Atticus. He is a pretty cool guy.
Okay. Aluya.
Bienvenidos, Nita here. I play Aluya Allblack, a human cleric sorcerer.
And Detergent Daddy.
Hello, everybody. My name is Soap Daddy. I play Mavet, a big, old, scary tree-looking boy.
The hell it is. You're still our cupcake. We also have Eddie, but right now he is down the rabbit hole of technical issues. And Moo. Moo? Aluya. What do you do with Moo?
You will never find out.
That secret stays with me and the shovel. All right. Yeah, you guys are still in the Purple District. Is that correct? You guys were experimenting. I'll allow a short rest. And you know what? Nah, Aluya, I'm not giving it to you.
You son of a bitch.
You're waiting till a long rest. So if anyone wants to take a short rest, you can go right ahead. But that begs the question. You three are together. I think it's a good time where I'm at. This is one of the few times where I actually have to impose this, because I feel like this has been ignored for far too long with all the wacky shit that's been going on. The three of you are together. What are your guys' thoughts on Eddie? Since conveniently the player is gone, let's talk about his character.
Like us personally, or us characters?
Us characters.
Are we talking about him, or just say what our thoughts are?
You can be taught. It's either or. Dealer's choice. But I just want to have a conversation about his recent activities, because I feel like it's been ignored for a little bit.
Well, Atticus and Eddie have known each other a lot longer than the others, and I think Atticus just remembers having been in Eddie's mind a number of times. Is just like, he knows Eddie doesn't mean harm to anyone or anything, and is just like, chill.
Okay. What about everybody else? Aluya. Like, I know you had an issue with a certain baby getting lost.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like the party didn't take her seriously at all when she said this. I guess there's like an inkling that something might be wrong, but she doesn't really know him truly. So it's just kind of wait and see what happens.
Let's talk about Tree Daddy. Tree Daddy, I'm pretty sure we mentioned that this everything that occurred with Eddie happened nearby you. Because I remember making a gag that he had to move past you to get into some sort of shelter. What's Mavet's impression of Eddie seeing all this go down?
I have yet to decide how I feel about people and their customs on this place.
Okay. Well, if you guys don't feel like it warrants a conversation with characters, we can move on. But I'll give you guys a moment to decide.
I just don't think Atticus wants to draw attention to stuff after what he just did. So he's just going to let sleeping dogs lie.
I can't dig at other people's secrets, or else they'll dig into mine.
Kind of, yeah.
All right. Well, if we have no hearsay, where does the party want to go? What does the party want to do? It is the 10th day. Yes, I found my calendar. It is the 10th day that you guys been here. You guys have about 20 days left to resolve everything. Or not even that. Holy shit. I'm fairly certain you guys... Yeah, 10 days. 7/14. Because I believe that I said it would take about 2 weeks was allotted to you guys to resolve the issue. Then you guys had 2 weeks to meet up with the rendezvous. Am I mentioning things, or is that...
Yeah, that sounds right.
It sounds like something I said.
So first of all, Atticus is still wanting to get out of these shackles. He sees that as the primary. And so with my wild shapes allowed again, he's going to think of his homeland after we found out it has to be kind of an animal that's more rare, and not a lot of people are from his homeland.
He's going to turn into a roctopus.
Yeah.
Is that some bullshit you made up on the spot,
Nope.
or is that...
You said that his homeland is basically the Underdark, and that is a common beast in the Underdark.
Let me see the stat block first. Let me see this shit. Or at least the creature wiki, anything. What the fuck is a rocktopus? All right, if that's the case, and you did a native of the Underdark.
Yep.
Okay. Describe the shift.
I think it's all of Atticus's kind of abilities are kind of these holes that appear in the ground, and I think this time it's just kind of like almost the opposite, that like his body almost seems to sink into the ground as it kind of bones snap and he becomes, into an invertebrate, as arms kind of grow out of him and he just kind of slumps to the ground as this like gross tentacle monster.
And everyone hears a click as the shackles come off.
Wow, that was pretty good, What are you supposed to be?
Thank you.
Right. I do have to address something, so maybe I need you to have a voice, talk, something. Can you write?
I think I'll turn back into myself now that I'm free. And I'll be like, well, sucks to suck, guys. See you later. No, not the last part. But
Yeah. Sucks to suck. See you, losers.
glad to get those off. What would you like to discuss?
Well, as you can see, I've brought someone with me. It is one of the people from the other group. His name is Rory, and I think if we can get him on our side, he can also give us information about the other group. But I will say, though, looking back at him in whispered words, try to keep an eye on him. Mu, I know that you're sick. Sir, I know that you're sick. Hey, rest your voice, but if you could watch him better, I'd appreciate it.
So, by get him to help, do you want him to feel like it's willingly, or should it be more... And I kind of tap my gun, like, persuasive.
Well, he did come with me willingly, so I think we're okay for the moment, but if you need to, keep it ready.
Noted. Like, is Mavet just like standing there next to us?
I was just about... You read my fucking mind. I was just about to say that. I was going to say, Mavet, you're standing right next to this conversation. How do you react to this clandestine activity?
You creatures have interesting customs.
Glad you guys trust a tree monster more than some rando.
Well, Atticus likes Mavet, because Mavet likes Atticus, so...
You two seem to have a bond, so I will take into account there's some sort of trust between you two.
All right. Well,
I've never met a tree I couldn't trust.
If that's it, what do you guys want to do?
I still want to work my way to the wall and test my theory of summoning Juliet outside of the wall.
Okay. Let's look at the map a little bit, and you can tell me exactly what you're doing. So you guys are on the Purple District. Which gate are you going to? Imagine this as the north, and this is the south.
So it looks like the north gate is probably less risky because I don't go through any other districts. So I would like to go to the north gate. I want to write basically everything that's happened, explain why we need a time extension, all that stuff. And then I also want to write 2 messages. One that has all that information and to be delivered to the kind of captain of the guard that put us here. And then I want another one that's written to the houses, explaining all the rules that this guy's broken, and asking for permission basically to kill him.
Yep.
And then I'm going to send Juliet to go deliver those messages if she can get outside. Okay,
the important part is which one first.
So imagine she'd go to the center of population either way, because wherever the captain is at a population center, or no?
No, it's a rendezvous, far away from settlements. It's just in the middle and aspect nowhere.
She'd go there first.
Yeah.
The more time-sensitive issue.
Yeah, I was going to say, keep in mind, the main reason you guys were allotted a month was because that was when they're predicted to get to the rendezvous. So even though you're told where they were going, it's still going to be it's day 10. That would be 20 days. Yes.
Juliet can fly and move faster than most people.
Yes, that's what I'm considering. I'm just saying, even though you know the location of where the ship will be 20 days from now, it's still 20 days till they reach there. So it's a hodgepodge shot that.
Well, I mean, I feel like it's necessary to try just as a failsafe because I can just resummon Juliet here if we get the shackles off. But if we don't get the shackles off, it's our backup plan.
Keep in mind, you do have a taskmaster doing mysterious things in town that have been letting you guys run amok.
Yeah, but we have no idea where he is. So,
it's better than finding a ship in the middle of nowhere.
Well, I'm having Juliet. Well, we know where it's headed, you know.
Yes,
so we got the trajectory of it.
Okay.
So I'm just saying, this is our last wall of defense kind of maneuver.
Okay.
Well, we can do the other stuff, and if we succeed at that, I can just resummon Juliet instantly.
Okay.
So there's no super risk to it.
Okay. If that's the case, I can let you do it, but just keep in mind the investment you're doing. It's going to take a while.
I know it's a big character cost, but I feel it's necessary for the moment.
Yeah, and I will definitely reward you for the handicap. But yes, if that's what you want to do, flavor the scene a little bit.
So I imagine we kind of sneak to the gate. Well, I sneak to the gate because she's not summoned yet, and then after writing the notes, we kind of sneak over there, and I just kind of point outside the gate, and that same hole opens up on the ground, and Juliet climbs out and kind of stretches.
Mm-hmm.
Juliet, please deliver these 2 messages, and I kind of tie them to something and throw them out of the gate. And please deliver this to that woman who was obsessed with me on the ship. You know the one. And then the other one, please make the family aware of our situation and let me know if that's okay for me to kill this nuisance.
Okay. I think we're just gonna cover both activities, and I feel like we should settle this with a die roll. I'm feeling.
Wait, could I have followed Atticus?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I feel like you're just kind of following me around everywhere right now.
We assume that you're always following.
Fruity man, what are you trying to accomplish?
Well, you see the others. You noticed earlier when those shackles came off of me. The others aren't as lucky, so they will die in how many days?
Your companions will die in about 20 days.
They'll die in 20 days unless we can extend that timeline. So Juliet will go give word of our situation and hopefully buy us a little more time.
Who needs word given to?
The person who brought us here.
Mavet, help?
If you can.
Okay. So what I will do is I will use a use of my wild shape to summon find familiar to call forth an owl.
There you go. Yes, I will allow that, but keep in mind that is an optional rule, but I do allow it. Let me double check on that. Because I believe it just expends the use of wild shape just to use the spell Find Familiar.
Yeah, and it's Fey. I can't choose what type it is.
Because I want to see if there's any specific differences between the spell. There it is. Wild Companion. You gain the ability to summon spirit, assumes an animal form. As an action, you expend a use of wild shape to cast Find Familiar without material components. Yep. When you cast a spell this way, the familiar is instead, it's a fey instead of a beast, and the familiar disappears after a number of hours. If you want to use it, but like I was mentioning to Atticus, this was going to take days.
Yes, I will use it. And Atticus, what way is your fire puppy going?
I will point in the direction of the rendezvous.
Okay. Yep, because it would be north. Or not pure north, but you know what I mean. Northerly direction.
Well, no, so I can point in the general direction, not...
Yeah, and there's no time limit for Juliet, is there? Because I'm reading through your trade companion, and I'm not reading anything like that.
No time limit for her.
Yep. Okay. If you want to do that, but I just want to make sure you're aware of this, Cupcake. That this activity is going to take days, but your spell will only last hours.
Yeah.
Okay, we can still go through with it. What do you guys do?
So, Atticus, can you create another note? I don't know if anyone can find it, but my pal here can only last so long. He can search the south and maybe find them as they're heading that way.
Well, do we know of any population center nearby?
Let me actually have a look at the world map.
Tell you what, if we can find population center nearby, then your familiar can deliver this message to any prominent person of that community, and they should know where to deliver it.
The closest settlement is 10 hours south, and the closest a big population, like concentration within like forces and shit, is let's see, about 4.5 days away at Fort Igus. All right.
How long does your familiar last?
I'm looking it up right now.
Yep. 8 hours for the settlement, 4.5 days for like a place with a army, or I shouldn't say army, but you guys know what I mean, like a possible force. And I should say it's Fort Aegis.
Yeah. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put my family seal, because I got my signet ring, so I'm gonna do that, which should be kind of recognizable, and I'm gonna write the letter to the houses, and if the familiar can take it to that institution inside.
Keep in mind, there is a sinkhole to the south as well, and it is not even 5-10 minutes away.
So I can write. All right.
Well, my pal will last for 2 hours.
Yeah, so take that as you will. There's a sinkhole 5-10 minutes south. There is a settlement 8 hours away, and there is a city 4.5 days away by foot.
So I think the only thing that the familiar could do is fly into the sinkhole and hopefully find some of civilization down there.
Yep. He's just imagining an owl going down a hole.
So yeah, that's what I'll say. I'll be like, but am I aware of the sinkhole actually? I don't know if okay. Then I'll be like, sinkhole might be connected to the caverns, so send your familiar down there with this letter, and hopefully it'll reach someone.
Yeah, just keep in mind, for the entire party, you guys have been here for 10 days. You guys know the basic layout around the area. Even if we haven't role-played it, it's I would assume your guys' characters are smart enough just to have a basic understanding of a city and, its surroundings.
Know the legend of the Duke?
Yes.
With the P90X elves?
Yes, you do. Of course. How can I deprive you guys of this? You mean, and just to clarify, you don't mean the Duke. You mean Sir Hangman Brickar?
People just call him Sir.
There you go. Yeah, you know of Sir Brickar.
Alright, so does that sound like a plan?
We can do that for G-Man.
Great, thank you.
Alright, Atticus, roll me a... First of all, we're going to do a couple rolls, because I'm going to leave a lot of things up to chance. First, roll me a 1d4. This isn't a odds or evens roll. I just want to identify the modifier. Okay, so we're going to add 3 to this next roll. I want you to roll a 1d12.
4.
Damn! You lucky son of a bitch. Alright, it'll take 4 days for Juliet to find the ship.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's impressive. That is speedy. Yeah. But, yeah. Yeah, well, the way I'm imagining this is that a boat is dependent on the wind to send it forward, while your Drake is literally flying through the air. So I suppose it makes sense. When you fly, you can really like travel a far distance without being disturbed. But yes, please, I need that written down. Actually, thank you. Keep in mind, it is day 10, so when I say day 14, I'm going to say at the end, when you take a long rest on day 14, going on to 15, Juliet's done. All right? Just so we're clear.
Cool.
Yep. Yeah, because I'm counting each day as a full day. Okay. All right, so with that all out of the way, can we just flavor this up a little bit? Just a little bit more, because we spent a bit of time on this. I want to see how all this looks. First of all, Atticus, you already described how she appears. You already explained this sigil ring onto the papers. Like, you summoned her outside the gate. How exactly, I don't think we ever addressed this, like how does she lift off? Like, are we talking Skyrim style, where she just, like, immediately beats off the ground? Does she have, like, a running start, like a dog, or...?
I think it's more of, like, have you ever seen those dogs that do those, like, crazy high jumps?
Yes.
And so it's kind of like one of those where she, like, you know, there's, like, a tree or something nearby, and she kind of, like, bounds up and, like, launches herself in the air, and then just, like, spreads her wings out and then, like, glides off.
Invincible style, gotcha. Just like a fucking supersonic boom. All right. Mavet, explain your, like, I want to say spell, but I know it's a feature. Explain how you summon your familiar. Like, flavor it up for me.
As I'm talking to Atticus and we begin to talk about the plan, in order for me to summon this creature, you notice my body begins to twitch as what looks kind of like a tumbleweed falls off my back. It begins twitching violently on the ground till it forms the shape of an owl.
That's creepy as hell. That's awesome.
Almost like a Blair Witch, like one of those figures kind of comes to life.
That was the first thing that came to my mind. God, that's creepy. How does it move? Like, because this thing seems like a monstrosity. Like, how does it move? How does it act?
So again, it starts off as a simple tumbleweed. As it begins to gnarl and condense and just shake violently, rolling all over the ground, it becomes to sprout life, granting wings, granting a small little beak and beady eyes that are slightly red, and it starts to look more like an owl, where it's just slightly lighter brown in color. But you want to be able to tell it's made from wood unless you're very close to it. And how it flies, right?
If I may, like, I would like to add one more thing to that visual. I kind of want to imagine, like, the wood, growing moss as, like, instead of flesh and feathers, it grows moss, and we see, like, small, like, flowers bloom berries on its body.
Let's skip the flowers and berries and let's do mushrooms.
Okay, there we go. Oh, that's creepy. All right. But yes, I kind of imagine it with vegetation as it flies off. And you know how, like, an owl will turn its head like 180 degrees? I kind of want to imagine, like, it doesn't move its head 180 degrees. It moves its body 180 degrees.
That seems much less useful.
Yeah. I think it's more towards not the usefulness. I feel like it's, what's the best way to put it? A poor imitation is the best way to put it. This is a poor imitation of an owl. All right. So flies off, goes in the hole. We spent a good, like, 15 minutes just talking about sending messages. So let's have the party decide, what are you guys going to do? Like, what's the game plan?
Out of character, I think we were deciding on what other part of the city we were going to go to shut off the lights, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we were talking about the generals and which generals we should kill.
Okay, was the plan that we take the red district and somehow get the elves to take over the green district? Was that correct?
Yeah, I think that's what we were thinking.
If that's the plan.
Or at least, like, draw the tension away from us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Far be it from me to try to influence you guys, but do recall that when you guys do, like, disable light, and when Atticus consumes the slime, that not only the light for the district goes up, but the following district nearby. So you guys can spread out your efforts or concentrate for focus fire. But if you guys do decide to spread out a bit, I will give you guys benefits as well.
So to clarify with that, as far as the neighboring district, so then would taking District 5 lower the lights in both 4 and 3? Like, I thought each district weakened all the others.
You don't know. I can either let you arrive at your own conclusion, or if you want to make a roll, I can hint you along if you'd like.
I think we discussed it last time, right? You said that if we go to the yellow district, it's like the enemy is like somehow amped up, but if we were to somehow take out the others, it would be beneficial to us to do so.
Yes, but that wasn't towards the lights. I should say it wasn't towards disabling the lights. I was just telling you above table that
We got to kill the generals.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I was basically making a comparison to Breath of the Wild, where you guys can go to the final boss. You guys can try to kill Thimrath like right now if you wanted to. I'm just saying that, like Atticus has been putting it, you will see the generals as well.
So, can I do like a perception check to see how the lights have been affected by the disabling of the one thing?
I'll allow intelligence nature, just because yes, you could use wisdom, but this sounds more.
So what I'm more specifically, the reason I'm saying perception and not nature is I'm actually like, because the lights change, so I'm actually visually looking at if the color has dampened in those areas.
That's gonna be a bit hard. You want to go with that one?
Being a bit hard is better than me trying to do an intelligence nature check. So yeah.
Okay. This is gonna be DC 20. You can go right ahead, but you should be able to get it. Because
my jinx me like that.
Yeah, well, my reasoning is that these lights are all overwhelming, even if you're trying to like see the difference.
I'm more said why jinx me by saying
I got you. No, I wasn't responding to that. I was explaining my logic.
Can I guidance him?
Yeah.
It's not necessary. I got a 27.
Okay.
I have a plus 10 to perception, so I'm pretty good at that.
So let me break this down a little bit. And again, since it was a high roll, I'm going to give you a little extra. The best way to describe this is that there is a heart to this town. One of these districts seems like a heart. And much like cutting off a limb, you are cutting off the extremities as well. So to put it blatantly, if you were to try to mess around with 5, you feel like it would weaken. I should explain for the audience. 5 being the green district. If you were to mess with the green district, which is in between the red and the yellow, you don't feel like it would have as much of an effect onto the yellow district as the purple district had onto the blue district, whereas disabling the purple district disabled the blue district. But you do feel like if you take down the green district, that would disable the red district. I'm sorry, I tried to make that as clear as possible.
So it's kind of like I can see that the red and green are solidly connected.
Yes.
The yellow is kind of somewhat connected to all of them.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, the best way to describe it, yellow district seems like the heart of the town.
Okay. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Also, being that kind of down to people, I know where the red district is kind of like Eddie's bread and butter. That's his people. And we kind of have, allies in the green district to just try and take care of that ourselves with the help of the elves.
If you want to investigate the green district, you can go right ahead, but I wouldn't recommend...
Yeah, I don't think we're going to fight any big battles today. I'm talking over the table just because we're down 2 people.
I just want to put the big brakes on this. Just saying, like, don't worry about like combats or anything like that. Just go with the flow. Like, just because.
In that case, I'm gonna go kill Thimrath.
Go right ahead.
If we don't have to worry about combat or anything, I'll just go ahead and straight there.
Oh yeah,
he's back.
There he is.
Yay!
I'm just assuming that Eddie passed out this whole time.
We're just focusing on everyone else. We can assume that you're still dealing with Street Rat.
Yeah, to fill you in, Atticus is free of his shackles now, and I sent a letter to try to extend the timeline for the rest of you with Juliet. She'll be gone for 4 days.
And just to specify, so you also know this as well, Mega, it's going to be the end of the 4th day. Today's day 10, so it's going to be the transition or the long rest on the 14th day.
And then we also sent another letter into the pit to try to
Yeah.
read it.
He keeps giggling. What the hell's going on through your mind? I gotta hear this, Nina. What the fuck's making you giggle?
I don't know where the pit is hilarious.
You
I don't
just
know
like
where
the
we're-
name?
Yeah. Oh yeah. We have semi-recruited someone from the other party. His name is Rory.
Mm-hmm.
We don't fully trust him, but we're gonna take his help anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think that was something that we kind of landed on last session.
Yep.
Or is that more confirmed now?
More confirmed because I never presented him to the party.
Mm-hmm.
We're now aware of it, basically.
Yeah, that's the best way of putting it. But yes, and you came in at the perfect time. We're just discussing where everyone wants to go. Atticus was asking about the lights in the town, basically doing a check to see how it's connected. And from what he deduced is he identified the Yell district as a heart and every other district as like limbs in the extremity, to put it to cutting off an arm or a finger.
Yeah. So basically, if we take out either the green or the red district, it will take out the other district, but it will only weaken the yellow district.
Mm-hmm. That's put better than I can say. But yes, I know you just joined back in, but I'm just going to take a couple minutes. If you guys want to discuss and plan, go right ahead. But please do come up with something.
So, above table, my character will be more happy to go to the green district because I'm sure you guys notice he doesn't really like fire. Red and fire kind of similar.
Does Eddie want to go to the red district though? Because that seems like a big chunk, and he knows the ins and outs of it already.
Well, I guess I'm trying to think if because I could have sworn we landed on where we were going already, but that might have just been.
We had discussed. I don't think we completely confirmed it, but our plan previously was we attack the red, we send the elves to draw attention to the green.
Mm-hmm.
But we're kind of reconsidering that now that we know that if we kill one district, it kills the other.
Okay, so essentially we're just picking which one we want to kill off, and then regardless, it's going to hurt the other one.
Correct.
So, I mean, mostly just from an above table standpoint, it doesn't particularly matter. However, I guess the major consideration would be because I imagine the challenge is different, because the red district is dealing with a DJ. So right off the bat, we're probably dealing with significantly more mental saves. So whereas in the green district where we're dealing with the butcher, I imagine that's possibly going to be a bit more straightforward in terms of dealing with the primary source of the problem.
We also have the help of the elves there.
Well, the elves I think we can kind of ask them to go either way. We just had told them previously to go to the green.
Well, unless we can contact them, they'd probably be still going to the green, and going to the green to tell them to go to the red would be, I think the best bet is just going to green, killing the butcher.
Yeah, Atticus is just happy to start killing again.
I mean, Aluya just wants to be helpful. So, are we all voting green? Hesitations?
It sounds like we've got one vote for green. I vote for either one, so if there's a tie or something, but
I'm either or. So technically there's
Mega,
green.
Yeah, Mega, do you have an opinion?
Honestly, I personally don't have a particular opinion on it.
So it sounds like green it is. That's the only one someone cares about. And it's just because of the color.
You mean to tell me that you don't make decisions based on color?
Always, but I just don't verbalize it.
Okay, everyone's going for green?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Time that we all went green.
All right. So you guys start heading to the green district. Explain me exactly what you guys are trying to accomplish here. What are you guys looking for? What you guys are doing? So I have a better idea.
So I think Atticus is gonna be kind of scouting. So I noticed that there's this giant building that's like on a cliff that overlooking.
Yep.
So I think at first he'll kind of climb up that building and kind of try to get an overview of the area, see like what's of note in that area.
Okay. So you're going on the building, and you're taking, you're seeing what's of note. And as you go onto the building and look around the Green District, just as a reminder, this is a slave district. So you do see a bunch of elves. You see burnt down buildings from the Bhikkhu. Speaking of which, where the fuck is the Bhikkhu? Because that's a very important note. Who is watching up, tied up?
He was tied up in the thing, but I guess Juliet can't watch him anymore because she's gone.
Nope. That's important note. What are you doing with the Bhikkhu?
Oh, that's what the issue was.
Yep.
I mean, look, I got high the last time I was here, so...
Let's say that Seer's watching him for now while we're scouting.
Yeah, I can do that. That's perfectly fine. So you're scouting, you're looking around, seeing what's of note, and by the architecture, nothing seems of note. Unlike the Blue District, which had an orphanage, the Purple District, which had manors, the Red District, which has a nightclub, the Green District doesn't seem to have any like notable building that sticks out. I can tell you that with your passive perception. Anything in particular besides architecture you're looking for?
So, we're looking for this butcher guy who's kind of in charge of the district. So I guess I'd look for probably like a population center or like someplace where it looks like the big dog would be.
Okay, that's perfectly fine. So, looking around, you do remember he does have a butcher shop. So if you want to investigate his shop, you can.
I'm not quite yet because there's one other thing I want to look for before I leave my perch. I want to see if I can see signs of the other group.
Oh, that is a good one. That one I'm actually going to need a perception check for.
18.
Damn it. I rolled a 4. Yeah. No, it's honestly not that hard to find them. You do see slaves making distance from them. And a house seems torn up in shreds, and you see a broken glass and a window being broken as you look at it. It appears that they're running amok, and they're terrorizing someone in particular.
Can I see the person that they're terrorizing, or is it just they're targeting something?
It's inside the building. You'd actually have to investigate closer if you want to see what's happening.
Oh, so they're actively... I thought they were walking away from...
No, they are inside the building, wrecking shit up, and they threw something outside the window.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
If we hurry, the other group is trashing a place, so if we want to know more about that, we need to hurry.
Right. Well, Rory, you have a standing with these people?
Oh, they're up to it again. He's just scratching the back of his neck. Damn bastards. Yeah, we can see what they're up to. And put a stop to it. Yeah, so any kind of preparation before you interact with this group?
I think I will do my normal kind of stealthy rooftop approach while, the others are doing what they're doing, just so I have a different vantage point.
All right. Eddie and Mabette?
So I would attempt to follow Atticus unless he says something different.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but with your treads and stuff, I feel like Mavette isn't the best at climbing.
No, he just has an average climb speed.
Oh god. So I think you try to keep up, but you can't really keep up with Atticus, as he is very fast to begin with, but then also could just walk up walls.
Wait, are we supposed to be on the rooftops, or can we just walk?
Yeah, I think it's fine if you stick with Aluya and Eddie for now. Rooftops are kind of less easy for you guys.
Okay.
I mean, sure, you can think that, as he just starts walking.
Okay.
Walks away, the guy who just teleports everywhere.
Okay. Nothing else? No preparation? You guys are going straight for the house?
I'm gonna probably stay by Mavet. If you could help me keep an eye on this one. And she kind of points to Rory. And I'll be behind Rory.
Okay.
And I want to keep an eye on them, but I also don't want Rory to know exactly where I am after I kind of get up here.
Make me stealth, and I'll do perception.
Rolls a natural 1, falls through the roof.
I got 18.
Okay. Perception is based off of what stat again? Remind me.
Wisdom.
Yep, thank you. Hopefully I didn't just make a saving throw.
No, looks like an ability check.
No. Yeah, he's keeping track of you. You try to hide, but you know what? I'm going to say, like, as you're moving along, and I would say Luya would notice this as well, there's, like, tiny, like, electricity, like, sparking around his eyes. And it's not violent, but you do see, like, a small spark, like, anime style, but in reality, as he's just tracking your movement.
Raiden.
All right, so let me get the scene down straight. Atticus, you're basically going to be watching from distance like a sniper while the group interacts with the other group in town. All right. Who's taking the lead on this? I'd assume Luya.
Okay. But Rory is still in front of me, right?
Yes. What I meant by lead as in the person leading the conversation.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah. Okay. So as Rory is walking in front of you guys and you guys approach the house, you see an elven woman, again, be thrown through, like, the broken window. And as she gets on the ground, she, tries to struggle to stay up, but ends up collapsing on the ground. And what do you guys do?
I'm gonna go over to check on her.
Yep, she has cuts, bruises, and she's missing her pinky. It's a fresh cut.
And she is conscious but down?
Yeah. It looks like someone beat the living shit out of her.
What happened here? Are you okay?
My husband! Save my husband! They're after my husband! And she's just hyperventilating as she's trying. She's grabbing you by the legs as she's begging you.
Alright. Try to move as best you can away from the area.
Yeah, the elven woman tries to, like, crawl, but she keeps, like, collapsing. It seems like she's badly beaten, probably has a broken bone or two.
Eddie, Mavet, could you just move her away from this area really quick?
My husband! My husband! And she just keeps crying.
I'm gonna yell out into the house. Excuse me? Hello?
You hear that the ruckus dies down a little bit, and you probably, the person doesn't approach. You just hear their voice. Sounds like Sigurd, as he just says, "What do you want?"
What exactly are you doing here?
Taking care of a rat.
A rat?
Yeah.
What is the issue?
Genasi.
And that is a problem because...
Just as a reminder, Genasis are killed on sight. But,
Wow, I've never, met a Genasi rat before.
But yes, that's where you can extrapolate that. They are taking that policy seriously. Go right ahead.
Wouldn't you find your time better if you try to get out of here instead of harming innocent people?
He's not innocent, and he has the key.
The key to what, exactly?
Yeah, and you just hear him groan. I'll show you. Get in here.
Rory, you first, please.
Can I see through, like, any of the windows or something, or are they out of my
They're
sight?
all broken, but it seems like they're far enough in there where you cannot see movement. It seems like where they're at is not by a window.
So, like, when they go inside, I can't cover anymore, basically.
Unless, it depends, on your vantage point, because I'm imagining, on a building or elevation, make me one more stealth check, please, and I'm going to be making this for the other group to see if they notice you. And I'm going to be making a GM roll.
That one.
You feel like
As I said, just falls through the roof. And
I knock over, 20 pots and pans as I fall through the roof, and I'm like, fooled them.
Yeah. If you don't mind, I'm going to be keeping that stealth check for this, a little encounter.
Yeah, I know.
But yes, you feel like you're hidden. You're really good at stealthing. Yes, you asked Rory to go in first.
Yeah.
All right, boys, calm it down. And he's just walking in, and you just see Sigurd look back and go, "Oh, There's the pacifist. And he walks in. Does everyone else follow suit?
I'd make sure that Eddie and Mavet are back from assisting that lady before I go in.
Yeah, where do you guys put the woman?
So I would assume I would pick her up.
So I think at the very least, Eddie would direct it to, I would say direct her to kind of like the edge of either a nearby alley space or basically just like putting her a little out of the way if there's for no other reason than Eddie just knows that there are people in cities that would take advantage of a woman that can't stand up.
Yep.
So just gonna make sure that she's a little out of sight and then come back for her later.
Okay.
But maybe at the very least make sure that she's not like bleeding out or something. I know like missing Pinky, but I don't know if she's like sustained any other serious injury, like a concussion or.
Okay. So you do put them over there. And does everyone enter the building?
I would once I know that they're coming back and like they're close by.
Okay, they are. Tell me the order which everyone enters.
I presume it'd be Rory, myself, and then they can choose.
Okay. All right. I just assume Eddie's always last.
But no, here's the thing though. Like the only reason why I'm saying like he's not last is, unless Mavet is a particularly fast tree or is able to easily get himself through the doorway.
Yes, I'm a faster tree, and for all mechanical purposes, I'm only medium-sized.
Then I guess Eddie would be last if you're just like used to like sticking your branches through doors. Hey, Buzz, I remember them. I think, yeah.
You guys enter the building. You see Sigurd, Elzar, and Reese. And just as a reminder, what they look like. Sigurd looks like a Goliath with a very long braid that goes to his mid-back. He has a bare chest, muscular-looking fellow. Then we have Reese that looks like an ogre. He is large. He is big, hulking. He just has like rusted armor that's covered in blood. And finally, we have Elzar, who is... remind me, Atticus, you shot his hand?
Yeah, I believe I was trying to get him to stop shooting.
Yeah, I believe you aimed for his hand.
Yeah, I think so.
Yep. So you see that, like, I'm going to say just for shits and giggles, you got his sword hand. So, like, his right hand is wrapped up in gauze, while his left hand, it just, like, is holding a person by the scruff. Just to remind you guys what he also looks like, imagine like a full suit of armor that almost looks elk-like in design, but he no longer has a helmet. He has red skin and a tight black hair bun. And they all look at you. You just see Reese, like, chuckling. And you see, like, Elzar just clicking his tongue as you guys come in. And finally, Sigurd. I don't think entirely facing you guys. Maybe he's turning his head. And he just goes, "What do you think you're doing, Rory?" And you just see Rory just bite his lip a little bit as he just says, "What kind of business are you guys up to this time? You killing innocent kids, women, men, pestering the slaves?" And you just see Sigurd shake his head. What does anyone have to add to this? Because again, it's hard to RP with myself.
Again, you spoke of some key, so how about you let him go and we discuss what is happening here, yeah?
I don't think so. And I think he goes up to the man, and you guys see the person in question that they're pestering is it's hard to say, really. You would think they resemble somewhat what Seer looks like, except their hair isn't exactly on fire. It seems more like a redhead, a dark tan skin. You see, like, although peasant clothing, so like a tunic, you do see that there are some jewelry around him, and he has some a little bit of makeup on. It reminds you of the entertainers that you'd see from the Yellow District. Why he's in the house is beyond you. And I think I think what Sigurd says is he knows how to get into the tent, and he will show us the way, won't you, boy? And you just see the man, like, struggling as he's just saying, I can't. He'll kill me. He'll kill me. Oh, hush, hush. You will show us the way into the tent, won't you? And you just see, like, his backhand, like, going down, like, the Genasi's cheek. It seems like they're looking for a back way into the tent without getting seen. For what you guys think their intentions are, it's beyond you. It could line, it could be different.
Well, if you would have worked with us, we think we know of a way to get into the tent. This is not necessary.
Oh, really?
Really.
And you just see Sigurd step up to you within 5 feet. And how tall is Luya again?
Not very tall.
Yeah, like 5'4", 5'6", like something like that. This guy is close to 7 feet, and he just looks down at you, craning his neck downward. And what would that be?
If you guys took the time to actually investigate properly instead of causing chaos and commotion and harming other people, you would notice that, well, we've been taking care of business, and that business is these lights.
And if you would let us get rid of the enemy, we wouldn't have an issue.
The enemy, who would that be exactly?
The clowns, the elf, the slaves, everyone in this damn town.
No, that is where you're wrong. So, get your information correct. Release the man.
Who's going to make me?
We could.
Looks up at Mavet, looks towards Mega, looks towards you, and you see his eyes glance to the side. You don't know at what.
Could I try and deduce with what?
Go right ahead. It's low DC. Make a insight. Insight sounds good.
Can I guidance myself? Just a little boop on the
Fuck
nose.
it. Yeah, boop yourself on the nose. I'll give it to you. Yeah, you know. He's looking at Atticus.
Okay.
And I think what he does say next is, why do you always interfere with what we do? We are all working towards the same goal.
We clearly are not. So, really help us, truly help us, and we will all be free of this nightmare. Everyone in this town, not just us.
All right. Do you like odds or evens?
I always like odds.
Make me a 1d4 roll. And you said you liked odds?
Sure do.
Yep, 3. All right. This is what I'll give you. He doesn't start a combat. He just grits his teeth. He sees he's overnumbered. And I'm going to let that insight ride. And you can use this to your advantage. Is that they're not idiots when it comes to combat. From the way that they see it, you guys match their numbers, not to mention you have someone that they can't touch. So you have a feeling that they would escape before fighting.
Mm-hmm.
Towards this, I think he does not relent, though. He does not let go of the prisoner that they have. I think what he would ask is, how much is he worth to you?
Have you figured out how to take these shackles off?
Bites his tongue. None of us have figured out how to take out the shackles.
Well, I can assure you we have more information on that than you ever will, so...
Bullshit!
How far is Atticus from me? Is he within 120 feet of me?
Yeah, I'd imagine, because I'm just out, like, in a building across the street, so...
Would we have picked up his shackles when they fell?
I imagine we would have kept them, but they might be on... Atticus would have at least kept them if no one else did.
Well, what if I told you that we already figured out someone in the party, they are free?
I'd believe it if I could see it, but they're all invisible.
Release the man and we will show you.
Are the shackles still invisible?
I just wanted to specify that for you. Like, when they come off, they are no longer invisible.
Okay.
He's just saying, like, when they're attached, you can't see them. Repeat that one more time, Aluya, because I interrupted you.
I said, what did I say? Release the man and we will show you.
Make a persuasion.
I'm not good at this. Oh, maybe I am.
Yeah, that's more than enough. Elzar, and you just see him, Elzar, look up. Let him go. What do you mean, let him go? I got him right here. Let him go. Throws him onto the ground. Well, let's see it, girl. Just hear Elzar say as he just drops the man.
I'm going to message Atticus. Atticus, if you could be so kind as to step out of the dwelling, we will all step out. Show him the shackles.
Are you sure? Because I'm pretty sure no one knows where I am.
If you could unstealth yourself, that would be great. You are a master, but we need to see you currently.
Atticus walks from the shadows as if he's doing this grand reveal.
No one is surprised.
Release him and step outside, everyone.
I want to do an inside check to see if he notices that no one's surprised.
You can. You can. Go right ahead.
PC 2.
Just exits from the shadows like Batman.
No one is surprised. Not my vet, no one.
Atticus is a very pale person, right? You've never seen him as red in the face as he is right now. As he sheepishly pulls up the handcuffs.
Before you do that, make me one perception check.
When did Atticus become a Genasi?
29.
That's
enough?
really good. Easily, before you pull out those shackles, you notice someone familiar, watching you guys all from a distance. Guy kind of looks like Steve Buscemi, watching you guys, watching this all unfold. Do you still show your shackles?
Yeah, what are they going to do to me? I mean, They don't have a kill switch anymore.
No kill switch.
So, yeah, I think this is the time to show them.
You show them, and Sigurd's reaction is, what the hells? What the hells? How?
And I want to give a little wake to Steve Buscemi.
See Steve Buscemi smile at you from a distance. It seems like he's just talking to himself. How did you do this?
You mean you haven't figured out? I mean, it was really quite easy. In fact, we've all done it.
Deception.
My best skill.
I think what he does is he swings his arms, not in an attack. You know, like when people are angry, they'll typically move their arms around. I feel like he swings his arms in a gesture and taps Aluya's wrist. And he just stares down at her wrist and looks back at you. And I think he just says, bullshit.
Well, at the very least, you have to recognize the rules. Right now, there's only one of us that can hurt, or let's say kill, the others without consequence.
Intimidation with advantage, because that's damn good.
20.
Yeah, you get
Thank
20.
God for advantage.
Well, I got the 20 on the first one anyway. So.
It works. You got him. He's not quaking in the boots. He just takes a reflexive, step back, make a little bit more distance, and just stares daggers into you. As I think he says, fine, you have the upper hand. You're a free bird. Get the fuck out of here. And he doesn't mean get the fuck out of this house. He means just leave. Go.
But there's so much more fun to be had.
What do you find fun?
Don't you feel it in the air?
Yes, I feel it in the air. Yes, I feel it.
What is in the air?
He looks at the tree. Seems you picked up another weirdo, haven't you? What is that?
It's a tree.
Yes.
You know, they grow from the ground. They have leaves sometimes.
They don't walk, and they sure as hell don't talk.
That's awfully close-minded of you. Vet, are you gonna take that from him?
He hasn't given me anything.
You could join us, help us take care of the problem, or, just stay out of the way and stop causing shit.
He just grumbles. And I think what he does say is, fine, you caught us at a disadvantage. One of your friends wormed his way out of our chains. What do you mean, get in the way?
I mean, like this? This is not necessary.
What she means is, if you're gonna, like, help, you should, like, do it on the ones that actually make a difference. Like the butcher.
The butcher? Have you taken a look in his shop?
Well, last I saw, everything was like rotting.
We were, like, on the way.
You remember why we're here?
Yeah?
Like, just over a table. Does everyone remember, like, the three, like, objectives you guys were given when coming here?
Nope, as I wasn't.
You have no excuse. You were listening to the fucking podcast.
Oh no, but I wasn't on the ship.
Yeah, there you go.
One was to figure out why the route, the
Yep.
trade route.
Yep, to open up the route. So essentially, opening up the gates, making sure people don't get injured. That was one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Figure out what happened to the traveling soldiers and eliminate any threat to the Giuliano government. And I think he just says, "We found the soldiers." And you just hear them all just chuckling. Found them all on meat hooks. You should have seen them. Flailed. How do you think they're eating here? They're eating human flesh. Oh, Reese had a buffet, didn't you, Reese? And you just see, like, the ogre just nod with a sinister smile as he takes out a bit of jerky. It doesn't look like traditional jerky, as he's munching down on it. The man's a sick fuck. Coming from us.
So we're supposed to be intimidated because they ate a couple humans?
No. The town is starving. Billingsley. Everyone needs to eat. And they're just eating all the travelers, all the merchants, the soldiers coming through. We got one problem solved. We know where they're going. Unfortunately, they won't be able to hold weapons anymore. Or walk. Or see their families. So, congratulations, guys. You know what, or at least one of the objectives is complete. Just 2 more to go.
Yay!
It's like, if you really want to, like, I don't know, get into, like, the tent and deal with, like, the ringmaster, it's actually a lot better if we, like, take out people like the butcher, because they make it harder, you know?
What do you mean they make it harder?
Oh, you don't know that either? Just kind of, like, tilts his head.
What don't I know, otter?
Just, like, looks over. Should I tell him?
You guys have spent your entire time here not really getting much information, just digging about, and I don't get it.
I think Atticus is just going to kind of just point over his shoulder to, like, the black dead districts behind them.
He's grinding his teeth on being berated and not being able to fight back fairly. So what? No lights, looks black. What difference does it make?
It makes quite a difference.
How?
You had a chat with the tall, thin elf man?
You were talking to Thimrath?
Yes.
He just looks down towards the Genasi, then back at you guys. I'm tired of playing games. Spell it out. Lay it down.
I'm not tired of playing games. Aaliyah, are you tired of playing games?
Well, it seems like this is all we're going to do today, is play games.
Eddie, games? Yes, no?
Honestly, I could use a smoke break, but it's getting really tense in here, you know, brah?
I know, I agree. Mavet, games? Yes? No?
I like games, but man over there seems like he needs help. Can I go help?
Personally, I'd love to see that.
What does Mavet do?
Walks over to man on ground that they were aiming to.
Okay, they're watching you.
Picks him up and walks him to Atticus.
Okay, now we're gonna have a little bit of an athletics. Roll me an athletics check, please.
You know, part of me wanted Mavet to just, like, make a little hole and then stick the man's legs into the hole and then rebury it. It's like, there. Now he'll get better.
Alright. Yeah, you beat me by a mile. You see, like, Elzar, like, putting a foot down on the person's chest, but you easily, like, bring the person up and put him over your shoulder. They have no bargaining chip anymore. They don't have anything of use.
He's got his foot on a guy's chest, and Mavet just picks him up and knocks him over.
Yeah, it's essentially what happens. It's comical. Like Elzar just like maybe falls on his ass. You hear like the rattle of his armor as he falls.
So I would take him to Atticus and drop him down, and then I would go, if the guy is still on his foot, I would go over and attempt to help him up.
Yeah, you do, and the guy goes, thank you. Yeah, he screams looking at you.
I pat him on the head and then go back to Atticus since he's fixed now.
Okay. Yeah, you have him up. So what's the game plan now? You're not sure if they have any more information than you guys do. You're not sure if they showed their hand, but they no longer have like a hostage. It seems like you guys mainly diffused the situation.
All right, look. Seems like we're at an impasse here, so you guys go play cards or, I don't know, paint, woodwork. Just chill out. Don't harm people. We will take care of the business, and you will realize we did good, and everyone will be free.
Sigurd takes a deep breath. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Hey, Elzar, wanna play some cards? And you just see him chuckle a bit. Hey, Reese, would you like to play a game? And you just see him chuckle as well. You're right. We'll go play some cards and have some fun.
When I say cards, I don't mean hurting people, destruction. Like literally sit down, play some old maid. I don't know. Just stay out of the way and be good.
They begin to walk outside, and he checks you. He does a body check as he walks by you. And they begin to walk outside unless anyone impedes their progress.
No, not me.
Okay. Yeah, it seems like they're heading back to your original district. It seems like they are heading towards the blue, perhaps the purple district. But you guys saved a man. A Genasi, no less.
Seer is in that district, so I will, I don't know, start making my way there from another direction.
Oh, well, keep in mind, like if you, I'm not sure if I had the map open, do I? Yeah, I do. Okay, so looking at the map, there are two ways to get to the blue district. It's on two hills, so if you want, you can take the long way about, go around by the L district, although you're not sure how safe or dangerous the L district is. But you can go around, go from north gate while they're going from the south. If you'd like to spend your time that way.
No, heck no, I'm not going towards the yellow district.
Okay.
What do you guys think we should do? Because Seer is going to be alone with the Abiku. They're going that way. Hello?
Well, it's as you guys were saying, right? They're not allowed to hurt the little dude.
Yeah, they can't kill her, but they can hurt her.
Yes.
Oh, I forgot that was an option.
And just so you know, Leah, because I'm still letting that initial insight ride from Sigurd basically looking at all of you. He did take note that one of you are missing, although didn't verbally voice it. He was looking around for one more member of your group, but never found him.
Right. Well, honestly, I think we should go check on Seer. I don't trust them. They seem like they were looking around, couldn't find her. I can only assume they know where we were.
No, it's like a real shame we couldn't give them an alternative activity that they like doing.
That would have been an interesting perspective.
They could have spent the time to kill the butcher. That would have helped everyone greatly.
But you told them not to do anything, right?
Yes, well...
Mm-hmm. That, to be perfectly honest, I was waiting for Mega's suggestion to pop up.
But he did initially bring it up. They declined.
Yeah, I did bring it up, and then you kind of just went back right around to just sit down and be good little boys and girls and behave.
Yeah.
I was like...
I guess I was following what Luya was saying better. I apologize, Mega. I don't think I gave your suggestion the proper time day it deserved. But that's...
Well, they kind of had hinted that they already killed him, which we know they didn't do because the green district is still green. So that's where it was kind of weird.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, no, they didn't claim that they killed the butcher. They just claimed that they went into his shop.
Correctamundo.
Huge difference.
Above table, didn't you just wave to him, Atticus?
Oh, I waved to Steve Buscemi.
Yep, Steve Buscemi, who's watching you guys.
They have their own sniper.
But yeah, I guess like people always tell me that getting hurt hurts, so I guess we should go.
Yes, probably best.
Also, I guess like we still need the Abitku in case we need to like make more cure, right?
Yes.
At the very least, we don't want him wandering around unchecked.
So I feel like just to avoid us running around in circles and just be a little bit more open with you guys and present options, I'm going to allow a roll. And I think I'm going to allow a skill check, a group skill check with this. Anyone familiar with the raw rules of a skill check? Just make sure. Or specifically a group skill check.
Just the DM sets a DC.
Well, it's more specific towards the DM sets a DC, but when you do a group skill check, again, like everyone does it differently. Like usually the way I do it is if anyone in the group meets it, it just happens. But occasionally, like I shouldn't say a variation, but at least from what I read, group skill check is when like the actual group, everyone rolls a singular skill, and when I believe half or over a majority makes it, everyone succeeds. I think the only exception is with stealth, where that you have to do individual checks. But just to explain my logic here, because I feel like this is a group effort for achieving this information, what skill would actually fit this? Let me look at the skill list really quick.
Is it detecting if they're going there?
No, nothing like that. This is just information I'm giving you guys. Not related to the group. I basically want to have a deduction, and I feel like a investigation would fit. I want everyone to make me an investigation, and I'm going to make this low. DC 14. Only 2 people need to pass for you guys to get this information.
Just got to roll a 15.
Yep, 14 or higher. So it's 15, 18, wherever the fuck Eddie's is, 20, I believe, and 16. Everyone passes. All right, so let's break down like how this has been working so far. And Eddie, I'm going to give you a little bit too. So specifically with how this environment works, the purple district, the blue district, the green district, the red district, and the yellow district. If we remember Atticus's encounter with Samuel, is that, and I believe Megan noted this either last session or the session before, but the man had a ring on to manipulate the slime of his territory. And when he caused the slime to attack Atticus, you could deduce that that was a device to manipulate the slime. Now, keep in mind, although you haven't experimented with it, the only time that the light has went out is when, for lack of better words, Atticus saying general. I shouldn't even say general because that's what you're relating to Samuel and people with the ring on. The slime amalgamation is much like a fat is the best way to put it, because I always reference that the slime is starving. Essentially, when you starve this creature by taking on this fat, now that's very important to note is that there is a person controlling the slime with the ring, and there is a fat sack. When you destroy this fat sack, the lights go out. You guys are having trouble because you guys can't find who is controlling the green district, because you guys have already met the person. You guys can deduce that the Biku was in charge of the green district. Although, since he was reborn, you didn't see him with a ring, but you guys did see his corpse. But unfortunately, that's somewhere in the purple district. And when I'm saying corpse, Aluya, if you recall, there was a scene where you were leaving the manor and you seen his body moving before you completely shattered it through a thunderstep.
Mm-hmm.
So, that really puts out there that there is a ring in the purple district that can control the green district. So if you guys wanted to, you don't have to fight the green district. You can control it. Now, towards the blue district, just so I can tie up the loose ends with that one, because Meg has been doing his part for the blue district. I'm going to call this hindsight because I want to say that this is a revelation overall, and mostly because I believe I've forgotten to make you make perception checks or mention this offhand. But the owner of the orphanage, the hag, also does have a ring, although not much use is going to do for her with the blue district being so black. I feel like I want to go over one more point, and I know this is a bit of an info dump, but I just want to reiterate what you guys have been experiencing so far. To explain the lights and what Atticus did with his perception check, like I've been describing these amalgamations, the slime, when it goes to attack you, I explain this as a fat sack. When you destroy this fat sack, the slime tries to feed off of its other fat sacks, which goes in line with the purple district going black and eating away at the blue district, basically trying to save itself. Did I forget anything else? No, I feel like I know that was a lot, and it's I probably didn't do the best job organizing my thoughts with that, but I hope I got the point across. General, ring, fat sack. So you guys can do with that information as you will, but going guns a-blazing isn't the only tactic that you guys have at your disposal.
Well, seeing as our party is much dumber than I thought, because I didn't realize that 3 of us had -1 to intelligence, maybe we should just charge in there.
I would just like to put into perspective here that at best, if you have an 8 intelligence, it really just means you wouldn't have finished high school. That doesn't make you dumb.
That's the same thing I've been saying. I had one of my buddies say I have 8 intelligence, so that means I'm dumb as rocks. I'm like, no, it just means you're slightly below.
I'll also note that intelligence more refers to your knowledge of the world rather than your willingness to put yourself in obvious danger. That's more of a wisdom roll.
In the purple district, Atticus, did you steal Samuel's ring or did you leave it on him?
I honestly don't remember.
I can't recall, but we're going to assume that Atticus is smart and that he has the Purple District's ring. Just give you the benefit of the doubt. But
I think Atticus just likes things that look expensive. So.
Yes. So, Purple District's ring belongs to Atticus. Blue District belongs to Hag. Green District belongs to the Bhikkhu whose corpse is in the Purple District. So far, you don't know who's in charge of the Red District. You don't. It's pretty obvious who's in charge of the L District.
So, Fruit Man, what are our options?
Hey, what if we could get maybe a ring that controls the Green District and then get it to feed on the Yellow District?
Yes, that's a good idea. Do you remember where that is?
I wasn't at the graveyard, but I'm assuming it's still there.
Just looks at Aluya.
You went with the little dude, right?
I'm sorry, what was that? I was typing. What was going on? Who went with me?
We're trying to figure out where the ring is, so...
Which ring?
The Green District ring.
It was left on him. He's just kind of sitting at the front of the door, his body.
Yeah, your character is the only one that saw him before he exploded. So we all think that the...
literally, you and Seer were the only 2 people that actually investigated the graveyard, so we have no knowledge that you don't share.
I think Seer was the only one that went to the graveyard because that's where she went to hide.
No, you did both. Because you blew up the body.
No, that was at the house.
Yeah, the body blew up in front of the door of the Purple District of the manor.
Because the body came to the door, then...
I was thinking of a different body. But that still doesn't change the fact that only Aluya knows currently.
Yeah, because I saw the aftermath. I saw you after you exploded it, but I didn't see it when I was at the door.
Well, we could check the pieces of the body. It should be outside somewhere in front of the manor.
As you guys are talking, Mavet is going to sit down and pull some branches out of his back and lay them down.
Also, we've never really discussed what are you?
My name is Avet Soha Fidash.
Yes, but where are you from? What are your people?
So I want to paint the scene that Mavet is, as he was sitting there laying out the sticks in an ornate order, you see his face just freeze up and go blank, like he's trying to remember something, but not a thing is coming to his mind. And as we pan into Mavet's brain, if anyone has ever played Mass Effect, when Shepard is having that flashback of the alien race, that's essentially what he sees of his past. He can't piece anything together. Uh, I don't know what to say.
Sorry, just a quick out of character thing. The Red District ring is owned by the DJ? Is that what we figured out?
We can assume. We don't know. There's no confirmation of it.
Got it. Thank you.
It is under heavy suspicion.
But of course, the butcher doesn't have the Green District one. So,
Well, a Green District one. Because unless Gray over-explained and said something erroneous, it appears that there might be multiple rings per district capable of controlling the slimes. Because
the only thing I think about that is because he keeps calling them the ring, which.
Well, my issue here is that if the hag potentially has a ring, then that leads into a question of why the mayor was able to control the slimes like he did without a ring.
Well, because he had the purple ring, she had the blue ring.
Well, no, the guy that you held hostage, that noble, he had a ring.
Oh, you're talking about Thimarath?
Samuel,
yes.
Yeah, no, Samuel had the purple ring.
John is correct. Because I know it's a little confusing with how close the purple and blue district is.
I think Thimarath has some ability over the slime just in general.
Let's clear up the confusion a little bit.
It's just kind of like a really inconsistent thing if if that man did not own a ring but was still able to control the slimes. So that's why it just seems more likely then that there are multiple rings that could potentially control slimes.
Yeah, so let's clarify that by an investigation on the ring so I can give you guys straightforward answers. Atticus, you do have a ring. Just make me an investigation. Oh, God. You see a little bit of white in the ring. That's it. Just for the audience, 6 investigation. But yes, there are multiple rings. You guys can impose if it's specifically a ring per district, or if it's a ring that can control the slime in general. Is all up to your speculation. But there are multiple rings for, from what you guys can see, for multiple districts.
I'll impose a different rule. Eddie's going to look at him. Hey, did that ring always have white on it?
Yeah, there you go. I can give, with your passive, I can at least specify. It seems like it's remnants of bone. And from that, Atticus, if you want, you can make me a history check. This one's going to be a fairly low DC.
Well, history's even better.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. With the -1 to your history, you got an 18. So from what you can speculate from this, and from what you know specifically you understand to kill the slime, you eat at its fear. To control it, on the other hand, it could be a different emotion. Thinking about Exultria and their attachment towards happiness and joy, specifically what keeps the slime fed in its endless hunger, you think it's leading it on much like a carrot to a pig on a stick. That makes sense to you. It's leading it. Towards the white and the ring, you're fairly certain that's possibly a fang, maybe teeth, from what you can look at it. From what you can think of, perhaps Thimarath has taken away someone's teeth to make this apparatus work.
And they don't look like human teeth, animal teeth. Atticus has seen a lot of teeth.
It's much towards the kind, I know it's very, I know it's highly specific, but I'll give it to you with your high check. You can, it's a fairly safe assertion that he has taken the teeth from an Exultrian to make this work.
Just as a playing around with this thing, I'm gonna try to I guess think happy thoughts and see if I can cause anything to happen with the nearby slime.
You're gonna think happy thoughts.
I guess.
Oh,
Atticus isn't happy a lot, but he thinks
okay. Okay. So let me specify. You're on the right track, but you're being creative with that. I can give you that, but you don't feel like that's the proper way of doing it. But nevertheless, we're gonna go through with it. First, I want you to make a charisma save.
7.
Roll me 1d4.
1.
You take 1 charisma damage, and how many attunement slots do you have?
3. Yeah.
3. Okay.
I don't think I've attuned anything.
Yep. Tick off 1 because you are now attuned to this ring. And from now on, if any encounter happens in the Green District, I have some special rules for you. But from what you can gather is, while sacrificing a bit of your happiness to attune to the ring, it's not powerful enough to control the slime as a whole. And much like Mega's speculation, there can be multiple rings to control a singular district. But with how powerful the ring is, it's secular to one district. So within the Green District, if you ever have an encounter, just mention that ring, and I got a few things for you to look at. But not right now, unfortunately enough. Any other experiments? Any other questions? Go right ahead.
You're frowning a lot more than you usually do.
Well, I'm just trying to add that to my inventory.
Yep. And just clarify, I said damage, I meant terrain.
Yeah, I figured.
Yeah. Sorry, I get those confused once in a while.
But yeah, if we're worried about the little dude, I think we should start moving. I mean, they're in around the same location anyway, and I think it would be a bad idea if we left the ring that's there lying around in case someone picked it up.
I agree.
And you do see the man, the guy you saved, the Genasi, sheepishly look away at that. Doesn't say anything though.
Just looking over to the dude. Hey, you're married, right?
He cocks an eyebrow, nods, and says, "Yeah, I'm married. My wife, Julian." just springs up and just goes, "Oh, where is she?"
Don't worry, we put her someplace safe.
Where?
I can take her to if you want.
Oh, please.
Just Eddie just starts strolling out the door.
And he falls like a dog. And eventually, you guys head over to the elven woman, and they embrace each other. And just goes, "They're gone now. They're gone." And just stroking her hair as they go into a deep hug. And I think he would look back at you and just goes, "If there's anything I can do to repay you, just say the word. Thank you. Heavens above, gods above, thank you."
Worry about it. Just gotta be chill when we can, you know? Although, did they, say anything before we got there?
Just asking. They asked 1,000 questions, and I tried to answer, but our lives are in danger. If we answer the questions, we'll die. If we don't answer the questions, we'll die. They're wondering about the tent, about the Duke, about the rings, about the lights. They're asking everything.
So, you know things, but you can't say them.
They're asking how to get into the tent to kill Thimrith. If I say so much as a peep, they'll kill her. And he looks at the elf. Kill her right in front of me. They'll make me watch. When she comes back, they'll kill her again.
When she comes back?
He takes a moment, looks at you. We're in the eye of a storm. Anything that dies comes back.
Just kind of a bit maybe absent-mindedly, just looks up a little bit, knowing that's not what he literally means, but
yeah. And just for clarity's sake, because you've done your fair bit of killing recently with NPCs, when you do the killing blow, you disintegrate the corpse, bring to ash. I usually allow for flavor, but for a mechanical effect, just for shits and giggles, you've noticed that, or actually you don't know, but you, the player, know that if there is no body, no Genasi rises, and nor does Graveborn.
But then Eddie kind of thinks on another thing and talks to him again.
But wait, how would they know if you said anything?
And he looks at the buildings, the green glow, and he speaks as quietly as he can. He can hear everything. Everything.
So I think 10 minutes have passed. Gray, while you were gone, I was setting out some gem inlaid sticks.
What? Okay. All right.
So I feel this is the perfect time to use this. Since it's going to be hard for me to link it, either John or Mega, can you link the spell augury?
I can look at it, but yeah, I'm familiar with the spell.
Okay, so basically, of us asking him questions and him telling us the answers to our questions, that's what I want to see the result of.
Do you feel comfortable telling me about the entity, or would you prefer to keep that a secret?
Secret.
Got you. So it looks like, if I'm reading this correctly, you're not asking a question, no, employee?
I'm asking a course of action. So the course of action is if we question this man and he's answering us, will the results be good or bad? And I don't know if that applies to him or us, so that's up to you.
And you sure you want to use it for this? Like, make sure you have your wording down right.
Yes.
Okay, repeat it one more time so I can think it over.
Us questioning him and giving us the answers to our questions.
Whoa. And I kind of want to imagine, like, the way can you flavor the way you received this answer?
So, how you could describe how they the sticks that are gem inlaid in gnarl and twist into a specific image of woe.
Like, would you like to do the character, or would you prefer it be ahead of yourself?
The sticks are in front of me while I'm sitting down, so I would assume they would just move, like kind of like a Ouija board taking over.
Oh, that's badass. So yes, that happens, and woe is the answer. So what do you do with that information?
Then I say we let this man go, and we pursue on to a different course.
Atticus, with your passive perception, you notice something weird. First of all, I should ask, where is everybody? I know Mega's outside. Mavet, you said you're setting up sticks. Is anyone else in the house?
No, we would have all been outside.
Yeah, no, I was talking to Mavet because I was very curious about his past. So,
Atticus, you notice looking back at the house that's at 180, like it rotated 180 degrees. Windows are repaired. Looks like there's no damage.
Cool.
Yep, that's it.
When all this is done, I might have to just keep some of the slime.
Yeah, like you notice as you're experimenting that you can manipulate the environment as well.
So, can I make, just as a thing, does the house look like any fancier? More, I guess, gothic in style?
Oh, do you want it to make it look like it, or are you asking if that's what it looks like?
Well, I was just kind of wondering with Atticus's kind of subconscious influence if it's going to look more like what he would design the house to look like.
You know what? Yeah, like if you experiment with the house, if you flick your wrist, you can make the house rotate. And through your subconscious, I won't go along with that train of thought. I'm going to say, like, as you're experimenting, the house's architecture shifts towards Gothic. You see, like, the door frames, the wood turned to stone.
Interesting.
Yeah. And if you ever have an encounter in the Green District, I'll give you, like, some tools to play with. Again, anything else? Luya, I haven't heard from you in a while. Like, what's going on through your head? I know I gave you kind of an info dump. Things are happening around you. What's Luya doing? What's she thinking?
I think Luya's thoughts are just to get back to Seer. So she's waiting for the party to group up and try and get to her as fast as we can.
All right. Is that the plan?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yep. Okay. Because I know, Mega, you got interrupted during your little thing. Is there any more questions you'd like to ask the elf, or is that where you're cutting it off? Or not the elf, sorry, the Genasi.
but it's like to follow up after what he said. Well, like, you could always come to one of the dark districts if you're worried.
He looks around, and Atticus, you do notice, although you're not controlling it, you do see, like, perhaps, like, in an alley, like, a tentacle, like, basically wrapping around a corner. And, I think he just goes, Megan, can you make me a persuasion? Because I'm thinking, like, about this guy's mentality, and he's hedging his bets if he goes to, the Black District. Or I should say, the Dark Districts. Oh, yeah. You're persuasive. You're super chill with the 20. Like, he just says, Can you protect us? Is Is he going to get us?
We have a bunch of friends right now in I guess the old Purple District.
Ye old Purple District.
It's like if we all stick together, we can all stay safe, right?
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And he begins to cry, and like steam comes from like the tears on his cheek. So yeah, if there's nothing else, they will follow along to the Purple District as you guys go towards there. I assume you guys are immediately trying to find Luya in the Bhikkhu?
Seer? I would.
I found Luya. She's right here.
Oh yeah, I meant, yeah, did I say Luya? I meant to say Seer. Seer and the Bhikkhu.
I would be. I can't speak for anyone else.
Don't hear any interjections.
Yeah, no, that's fine with me.
Okay. As you guys are going along, you get to the Purple District. You meet up with Seer and the Bhikkhu. Is Samuel tied up?
No, I let him go a while ago.
Yeah, thank you. Wasn't there a mob that was beating the shit out of him? I vaguely remember saying that.
Oh yeah. I left him free and the elves took over.
Yeah.
It's just like, X gonna give it to you.
Yeah, that's right. That's the song I said. Oh my god, yes! That was so good. I really wish I had the rights to X gonna give it to you. Oh fuck. Alright, I'm gonna do a quick check for Seer to see what kind of information she has for you guys. Just normal roll. Yeah, no. Nothing has changed. The Bhikkhu has just been muttering about, just saying nonsense, trying to get her eyes out of her. Samuel is beaten in the corner. Like, have you guys ever seen Peter Griffin after he takes an accident, like arm behind the back and shit like that, like face down on the ground? That's kind of, yeah, that's what Samuel looks like.
Basically the pose every time he falls down a stair.
Yeah, exactly. But yes, any questions, anything you guys are doing? She seems safe. It doesn't seem like they're after her.
But where's the Bhikkhu in the room with him?
Let's define it, because we never really talked about where you guys are holding him, besides, him being in a chair and being evacuated from the building. John, I'll leave this up to you since you take a lot of control with his position. Like, where would you guys be? Keep in mind, there's no good buildings anymore, and it's the Purple District is pretty sparse.
Yeah, I mean, I think we had said that we found like a kind of shack type structure.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
So that's where we took a long rest, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. I'm going to say his chair is over a pile of dust. Yeah, he's still there. Tongue is not off. Looks like he's still looking for ways to kill himself, but he doesn't have a lot of options. So what do you guys do?
Check all of his bindings, make sure.
Make me an investigation. And let me just make a check for him, because fuck it.
I'm on a guidance, Atticus.
That's fine.
Just a boop.
Just a boop?
Just a boop.
Do it for shits and giggles. Okay.
Well, I got a non-natural one.
Yeah, I'm just going to say, just going off of everyone else's passive investigation, the bindings seem fine. Okay. Anything else you guys would like to do? Any kind of investigation in the Purple District? You still know there's a ring somewhere.
Ooh, yeah, I would like to, because I know that the body blew up, I will actively search for that ring.
Make me a investigation. And let's make this a group effort. Again, same rules. Everyone make a investigation, half and over, and you guys perhaps find something.
I will guidance myself.
Got an at 20.
Woof.
Okay. Everyone else?
8.
Okay.
Nope.
Okay, that's enough for me to tell you something. You guys don't find the ring, and it's not that your guys' eyes are bad. You guys just can't find the ring. Make me... What's a good hindsight check? I'm feeling insight.
I got a nat 20. Does that give us anything?
Well, it did give you something. You know that the ring's not here anymore. Give me a hindsight check. Give me an insight. Or a history, either one. But I assume you want insight since that's your better. Yeah, that's...
I'll roll my d6.
Yeah, that's super important right now. I'm going to make a roll right now as well. Put in GM. Son of a bitch. Of course I roll 3. So, thinking over the conversation that you had with the other group, they were lying a fair bit about what they knew and what they didn't know, specifically about the lights. It seems like they were probing you guys for information, but you guys didn't say anything. And it appears that they made some sort of connection. At what point, you don't know. But it looks like at some point this ring was nabbed. Now, keep in mind, Seer was here in the district this entire time, and you guys had a busy day, but you guys were present. And you didn't see anyone from the other group grab the ring.
Except for one member was here.
Yep, and that's the important part. And keep in mind, she got a 7 perception. So whatever happened, like, I'm going to tell you guys right now, like, if I were to have the entire group come in, I'd have them roll all individually. And let me tell you, over half of that group is not stealthy. So if the entire group came in, there's no way they would have made it past Seer. If the entire group came in.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. But you guys are missing a ring.
Oh, I think I get it. Eddie looks at the group. It's like, actually, really quick. When Eddie was in the Red District, did there happen to be a casino?
There was a nightclub, but no casino, per se. We did say there is a smoking den. We did say, yeah, like, you know what? I can say that there is a gambling den, but by no means like a, a full-out fucking casino. Yeah, I got what you mean. There is a gambling den.
That's all I really needed.
Yes.
Yeah. It's like, when they were saying they were going to play cards, they actually meant it literally. They went to the Red District.
Inspiration. God damn. That was good, Mega. Holy shit. Do you have inspiration?
I did not.
Yeah, take that shit. You earned it. God damn it. That was awesome. Holy fuck. I always love those moments. So Mega is on something.
Can I... The one dude's still with us, right? Rory? I want to check all of his stuff.
Okay. Anything in particular that you're looking for, or are you just hoping to find something interesting?
I want to see if he nabbed the ring when he came here the first time.
Ooh. Okay. That's really, really, really good. I'm not even going to have you make a check for that. You find the ring. Right on Rory. And I feel like it's like maybe in like...
I imagine that I kind of using my infestation, I just kind of have the bugs climb all over him without him noticing, and then they do the searching and pull it out.
Yeah, so as you do that, he goes, what in the blazes? Stop! Stop! And he's just like, like shuffling about his clothes, moving around in random directions. The hells are you doing?
So what is this that you have?
You see shadow go down case over his eyes as he moves around the corners of his mouth. It's a ring.
Funny, it looks a lot like my ring.
Perhaps it is.
Well, it certainly is now. And then I'll just hand it to Aluya.
Okay. So which ring do I currently in possession of?
This would be green.
It's the one that the Obuku had.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think I should specify more. We should associate colors with the people themselves. So we got a blue hag, we got a green Obuku, we got a purple noble, so on and so forth. But you do have a ring that can control the slime.
Okay.
There you go. And if you do want to attune to it, you just got to feel joy with it on your on your person. But once you do, it will attune to a district. So pick wisely.
No, all I'm gonna do is take off my amulet and drop it in and put it back on.
Look, I know what you're thinking. No, I wasn't going to use it for anything nefarious. I just didn't want the others to get it. You guys just left it out in the open.
But if you knew that it was dangerous, then why didn't you tell us?
Looks towards Eddie and just says, I know it's dangerous, but I don't know if you're dangerous as well. Everyone seems to be a psychopath around here.
I mean, I don't see the problem with that, honestly.
I mean, you can trust me, right? I'm like the chillest one here.
You see a skull tumble through the wind in the background.
Yeah. I'm actually not sure if he ever caught a glance of that thing with Street Rat, but you guys were in the shelter, so yeah, no, I'm not going to say he seen anything.
You say that you didn't want to use the ring for nefarious purposes, but you knew quite a bit of information still from the group, no? And you were withholding?
Have you told me everything?
No, but I am not trying to kill people at random.
I'm not trying to kill people at random either.
But you knew they were.
Been trying to hold them back. It's not easy, you know.
But yeah, like, I actually totally get that, though.
Mm.
Like, you know, I've fucked with a lot of people, you know? And I always see, like, a lot of weird stuff, and also, like, a lot of sad stuff, and a lot of times the people that I fuck with, they always feel powerless, you know? Always feeling like if they just were a little bit stronger or, like, a little bit more charismatic, that maybe their life wouldn't be so bad. And maybe the other people in their life would be, like, chill with them too, but yeah, no, I totally get it, though. You can't, like, control something that's, like, way outside your league, right?
When you say control something outside your league, you see, like, sparks flare around his knuckle, and his fist clench more, and it dissipates. I have no idea what the hells you're talking about.
Like, which part? I can explain it.
All of it. Fucking, just all these insights, this, everything, you! And he just keeps his hands splayed. What are you?
Like, Eddie?
Clicks his tongue.
I mean, if you're curious about fucking, we can always try it together.
On that note, Atticus, as a reminder, do you have inspiration?
I do.
Okay. And you just spent your d6? Give yourself another d6. And I'm still impressed. Like, both of you guys, like, you, Mega, like, bravo. You guys are catching on everything I'm putting down. I'm sorry, Mega. Repeat the very last line that you said.
He says, like,
yeah.
I mean, if you're curious, we could always try fucking together.
But Otter? And he's just thinking, is he offering, like, or he's just thinking to himself, is he offering me to fucking Otter?
It's just Aluya in the background smacking her forehead.
No!
Like, look, everyone gets, like, nervous the first time, but it's really not so bad once you've breathed it in, you know?
And I think he tilts his head a bit. What do you mean by fuck?
Did you ever heard of mindfuck?
Oh, grits his teeth. I'm sorry. No, I can't take that. I'm a man of the cloth.
I mean, like, it's nothing, like, really bad or anything.
Eddie, you feel a headache. It hurts a lot. And you see, like, Eddie, the Echo Knight, begin to flicker. And as you're dealing with that pain, you just see his eyes focusing on the red district. And everyone does see, like, the lights begin to flicker in the red district as well.
Do we see that Eddie is in pain?
Unless Eddie's hiding it. I don't believe so.
No, I don't think he would really know to hide it. So it's just like, he's just like, this like stops suddenly and is like gripping his head. How?
Yeah. It feels as if, like, not connections you've made, but connections you feel are being severed.
What's going on with Street Rat, y'all?
He did. Did we forget to mention that? Mega killed him.
Oh, well, we left a cliffhanger with a Smoky Eddie and Street Rat.
No, that wasn't a cliffhanger. Things happened. Anyway,
Eddie putting 2 and 2 together and, like, looking at Rory. I think they're killing. They're killing in the red district right now.
How would you know that? And he looks towards the red district. By gods. And John, again, I use you as reference with your perception. You see some, like, buildings collapse and rebuild.
Well, easier for us. I mean...
Well, you'd think that if it wasn't for the walls that were ejecting from the ground. It seems as if the slime is trapping something.
It's like, we need to go. This hurts too much.
And as you look around, Eddie, you don't see Shadow Knight Eddie around you for a moment.
Eddie?
Doesn't respond.
I think probably for the first time that at least, like, you guys have ever met him, like, Eddie actually looks very distressed and shaky.
And I think that freaks Atticus out, probably because he's fucked with Eddie plenty of times to know that for Eddie to feel something like that is really bad.
Yep. And you guys see a woof of fire as you see the district become wreathed in flames. You see it spread to the water, to the docks where you guys came in, and you see your boat getting destroyed and consumed by fire. What do you guys do?
Eddie, a bit panicky, starts looking around, looks toward the red district, and also probably for the first time actually seeing him run.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. As you're running around, the ground feels soft. It doesn't feel like rock anymore. It feels like you're bouncing rather than running. Something strange is happening. In fact, if you guys all look at the sky, not even just in this district, you see the illusion of a blue sky and a bright sun beginning to be eaten away as you see the everlasting night of Giuliano and the eye in the sky staring down at you guys. Does everyone just watch the red district as it goes through motions, or do you guys investigate and pursue? Because I know Mega's running. Everyone else?
Yeah, I'm going after him.
Yeah.
Okay.
We all go together.
I would follow suit.
So, as you guys are approaching the red district, where do you guys go? There are walls now. There is no entrance to the red district.
Do I sense, fear?
Not from the slime, but yes.
Well, no, not the slime, but, from people.
Yes, you do feel fear.
How tall are these walls?
30 feet high.
Oof. Okay.
Yep, they are towering. They just erected from the ground, and there looks to be no entrance. How do you guys scale this wall? What do you guys do?
I mean, I can take Seer with me.
Yep, we can say she's tagging along.
I know I could thunderstep with someone.
All right. Eddie, just for your case, your abilities aren't disabled, but you don't see Eddie.
Yeah, just it's Eddie is comes approaches the wall and still a bit distressed, looking about, looks up, I guess, feeling as though he needs to be there. And I think the best way to put this would be that, because if I still have my range of abilities, I think maybe the really only way that this works is just for the briefest of moments, Eddie himself just becomes smoke and then flickers up to the top of the wall. But no smoky Eddie takes his place.
Atticus.
So Atticus is going to climb the wall, and I guess both of you have seen this side of Atticus before, when Atticus told Oluya to run from him, and I think he said the same thing to Eddie, but you see that kind of darkness come across his face as he's kind of trying to fight something, but then can't anymore, and he just takes off running.
Mm-hmm. All right. I assume you're faster than the group, right?
The only one that maybe can keep up is Eddie. I don't know with his teleportation trick.
From the way it sounds, it doesn't sound like he's using Eddie for this.
So then no one else can keep up with me.
Mm-hmm. Unless I'm wrong, Eddie, but I'm just making the assumption.
And I guess I'd be dashing, so I'd be doing my full
80
40
feet.
Yeah,
80 feet. So you leave the group in the dust. Oluya, Mega, you're falling behind, but you are falling way behind. As you guys enter in this district, there's fire all around you. You see one person exiting a building, on fire, trying to put himself out. And as he runs outside, he probably goes towards Oluya, falls on his knees, grabbing her ankle, just going, "Help me!" As he's just his tongue is melting, his eyes are popping, his flesh is boiling, but he is no more, dying with a death grip around your ankle.
Triggering events. Okay.
Yep.
Oh man, you set this up so I freak out. So she is starting to kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Kind of tunnel vision, space out. The world around her is ceasing to exist for a moment as she's watching this person turn to
char,
Hmm.
and then it starts to flicker all around her, and you'll see her start to hyperventilate. She has to get control or she's gonna detonate.
All right.
Whew.
Now, Atticus, I'd usually have you do this, but it seems like you're not. Neither you nor Mega's character are in the right state of mind. And even with Aluya's psychotic breakdown right now, I feel like she is in the best frame of mind for this. Aluya, make me an insight check. Here's the strange part. Unlike Elzar's attack towards Atticus in the Red District, where he used flaming arrows, this does not seem like the cause. It is an abrupt flame. There is fire everywhere. People are dying. And you notice that the buildings are no longer looking like wood or stone. It is just pure red slime. And just even like being near the buildings feel on fire. It hits you that it isn't a wildfire that has started. It is simply the red slime going aflame. Even the footsteps on the ground hurt. You can feel the heat beneath your feet, even though there's no open fire where you walk. It is like you're walking in hell. So, from what you gather, it could be someone or something has really pissed off this district. As you guys are heading within district, I need to ask, because Atticus, Mega, like, it seems like everyone has a different idea of where they want to go in this district. And I can offer options, but I want to hear everyone's intentions. Let's start off with Atticus. Atticus, since you're ahead of everyone else, where are you heading in this district?
So Atticus is no longer really thinking. It's more primal urge of the fear that's drawing him in. So he's just headed straight for that concentration that he's feeling.
Yeah. Keep in mind, now you're in the eye of the storm. It is like you are in the center of this concentration.
No, he tried to resist, but
Yep.
as you know, he failed.
Yep. Like, you are in the eye of the storm. There are people that are afraid all around you. But unfortunately for you, and you as the player, the fear is all around you. It is within buildings of people being lit on fire. It is within, like, the group of druggies, like, fleeing a drug den. Like, what does he do? Are you just grabbing random people?
Oh, yeah, I think he wouldn't be able to resist. He'd be, like, darting around and just, like, you know, kind of like a predator. When he sees someone kind of extremely afraid and weakened, he'll jump on them and then jump on the next person.
Yeah, are you biting their necks?
No, because he feeds off of them, so it's kind of he just like grabs them and like I guess would force his palm against their forehead and then you can
them. That reminds me Full Metal Alchemist style, like Kimberly. There we go. That kind of shit. Hell yeah. No, that's awesome. So like as you do that, like people stop their run. And it seems like they treat the day as if it's normal. Like walking away from the fire. Even people who are on like a flame are just brushing off the fire nonchalantly, but still burning alive. Seems like you're taking away like a primal instinct to survive by doing this. Mega, what are you aiming towards? Because I know it's a little vague. I can give you a little guidance, but I just want to hear your intentions as a player and what Eddie's doing.
Yeah, it's like honestly, like, you know, like Eddie, as I said, like is a bit distressed, but he at the very least like assumes that he needs to stop whatever, at least he assumes anyway, a killing spree. So I think Eddie is going to try and see if he can locate where, basically like where that particular group had gone.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, so like either like they meant it literally and they went to some sort of gambling den, or more likely he would at least try to see if he can check the club first, since they might have also come to the same conclusion that the DJ might be in control of this district.
Now, here's the weird part. Everywhere around you is chaos and filled with fear. It is evident. You don't have to be Atticus to feel the tension and fear in the air. It is quite powerful. Now, with the club, you get no feeling about that. In fact, Eddie, you feel some chill vibes in here. There is no panic. There is no worry. There is just the thump of the bass. But you notice with each thump of that bass that a new fire spews from the ground. It seems as though there's no fear and tension in the dance club is related to the music you can feel around the town.
Why do I get the feeling that like somebody has sampled Ring of Fire? And
Excellent. Yes. All right.
Burns,
But,
burns, burns.
I always think he's talking about gonorrhea, but that's just me.
Okay, yeah. In which case, then like that pretty much like cements it. Then like it's like Eddie is going to the club and not in the way he usually likes to.
Yep. You go to the club. Aluya, you fall in suit.
Yeah, because she has to focus on something aside from herself.
Atticus, roll me a 2d20 plus 10.
Is this for my tied to my orphan count?
Maybe. After you suck the fear from 24 people, do you feel satisfied?
I guess should I do another wisdom save, I guess?
Yeah, do it with advantage.
He will never be satisfied. He will never be satisfied.
And I was going to say, just to specify the importance of that roll, that was to see if you were making people apathetic and invalid from how much you were draining from them. But at most, you didn't drain a safe amount. You drained like a dangerous level from these 24 people. They will never feel fear again, and more than likely will accidentally kill themselves without having fear.
Well, luckily they live in a pretty safe town that not a lot of that happens.
Yep. So that happens.
I'm going to try all the crack cocaine.
Yeah, but keep in mind, I'm writing this down, and we're going to talk about this later when things cool down a little bit and how the community sees someone like you. But that aside, does Atticus follow suit as well?
So now he gets his wits back up around him. He would look to regroup however he can.
Okay, you guys go towards the dance club, and as you guys approach, you see, I'd say Atticus. Atticus, you see one person, it's really hard to make out who they are, but you see one person running around the corner into an alley. And this one's more obvious. You see a person flying, and it looks like Sigurd. And he has wings of wax, as he is missing a couple fingers and just flying away. As you guys...
flying away afraid, like he's running away? Or
yes. And as you guys approach, you see a head roll towards you. And as it comes closer and closer and bumps against, say, Aluya's foot, it looks up at you, and it's Reese's head.
Thank goodness. I mean, honestly.
What is my spark level now?
Spark level, please specify. I have a lot of things running through my head.
Can I keep my cool?
Same thing I'm doing with Atticus. Use your spell DC that you use for spells, and make me a wisdom save.
Oh boy. Yay! I keep my cool.
Yeah, I was gonna say, everyone gets triggered in this group. Yeah, so as that approaches, you just see, like, inside of the dance club, you hear that thump, thump, thump. You hear the thump of the music. And inside, you're just hearing this electronic music that just sounds so weird for a medieval setting. And inside, deep within it, you just see people partying with a DJ that looks like Emma Stone dressed as a punk girl, just going at it, like with like a old DJ setup with the fucking discs and shit. And from the entrance, you see the decapitated body of Reese and the apron of a butcher as he is cleaning off a cleaver. And I think we'll end it there.
This has been House Common Blood, the intro and outro music by Savk Oh My Dog. Any music and sound effects used in the episode are royalty-free. Credits can be found in the episode description. Please review us on whatever podcast listening app you happen to be using. And if you like us, tell other people. Word by mouth is the best way for us to grow. Thank you for joining us, and thank you for feeding me.